It's a tradition that began in 1966, and off we go on a Thanksgiving afternoon in Dallas.
This taken in at the goal line. The lane opens here. He's past the 30.
And they're going to have good starting field position. He's out of bounds, but not before he's across the 35. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They start on the ground with Elliott. And an early how do you do right there as they're going to bury him in the backfield. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. 2nd down.
I thought he did a nice job there setting an edge and make sure nothing could get to the outside. But he decided that wasn't enough for him. Worked his way back inside and made the tackle on the ball carrier.
Man open, that's complete to Dalton Schultz. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down.
Well, this defense for the Giants, they were terrific a week ago in that win over Detroit.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive alive. Prescott off play action. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Ferguson.
And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48. The Cowboys at 1-9 now on the year. They've lost 3 straight here, and it kind of goes without saying, I guess, but they could certainly use a win.
Yeah, no doubt about that. There's a difference between a losing stretch and a losing streak, and right now, they're not playing their best football, but if they were to fall here, and now you're looking at going 4 games without a win, things can start compounding themselves pretty quickly from this.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by the USC man, Adoree Jackson. There he goes left side. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 and a Giants touchdown.
So a big defensive play there on the opening drive, no less, as they make the interception and bring it back for the score.
And I think that's a signal for how this defense wants to play. They want to be disruptive, and you know they're going to take some chances.
Well, sometimes it can burn you, but right there, it paid off.
Gano the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive.
And they, almost to a man, told us how excited they are to be playing in this traditional Thanksgiving game. But we have to remember, this is a team that lost on Sunday. Now they get a very quick turnaround to play again. How difficult is that to do?
It's difficult under any normal circumstance when you're coming off of a loss and you have a quick turnaround. The first thing is to put the loss behind you and move forward. But when you play on Thanksgiving Day, everyone's watching you. It's an added bonus, though, because now you put the loss behind you. Get that taste out of your mouth, because the taste you want is victory, turkey, and pumpkin pie.
But, Charles, this Thanksgiving tradition, so great. I mean, going back essentially through the full century of the NFL, I know you probably have a lot of fond memories of Thanksgiving Day football yourself.
I certainly do, and I don't have the Turkey Bowl tradition. You know, the families that go out and play and then come in and sit down to their feast and watch football. I remember reading about, the Lions jumping on the Packers on Thanksgiving Day. The only loss the Packers had in 1962, and they sacked Bart Starr over 10 times in that game. And I remember Dave Williams from the Bears returning the overtime kickoff for a touchdown to win a game on Thanksgiving Day. I remember so many different things happening, but how much fun is it each and every year to know that you've got football on Thanksgiving Day?
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Here's Prescott. He finds his target. It's Schultz. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
When you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part of...
Into a sea of defenders and intercepted.
Picked up by the USC man, Adoree Jackson. And not the first quarter that he was hoping for. Now 2 interceptions thrown.
Well, the good ones, they find a way to compartmentalize, right? Put these behind them, have that short memory, but understand why they threw the 2 interceptions. They go on and usually play a pretty decent game. Other quarterbacks, they have a hard time getting past it and often put the ball up for grabs the rest of the ball game.
Anthony Barr in on the tackle.
These two teams met at MetLife Stadium earlier this year, with the Giants winning that one. So they are gunning for the sweep here in Dallas.
From the 45 on 2nd down, Jones.
That's complete to Tony. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch.
And I think the ball's out. It's picked up by the Cowboys.
Well, my friend, this has certainly been a comedy of errors here in the first quarter. Neither side able to really hang on to the ball.
Yeah, now I'm just curious to see which team can adjust, because both have made their mistakes, as you said.
Yeah, and whoever can do that can seize firm control of this game, something they haven't done with the ball so far.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. They'll set up the screen to Elliott. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. Now, despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. 2nd down.
You know what the key to a good screen pass is, don't you?
Bet you're going to tell me. Good blocking?
Well, good blocking eventually. But first is good acting. You want to let the defenders go past you, leak out to whichever side or even in the middle where you want to set up.
And Prescott, his 3rd interception. And the Giants will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They'll start out on the ground, and Saquon Barkley. They find some open field here. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a 1st down. Again, it's Barkley. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
Our game here, a Thanksgiving staple in Dallas dating back to 1966. It was Tex Schramm, the Cowboys GM, who wanted to drum up a little publicity. And he drew 80,000 to the Cotton Bowl to see the Cowboys beat the Browns that year in '66. And a tradition was born and has only grown in love and passion over the years.
Jones throw on target to Shepard.
And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line.
I think that's a big pickup for a 1st down, because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a 1st down. Executed it to perfection. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Throwing, Jones. Out to the left, he's got his tight end, Akins. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. That one goes for 16 yards. It sets him up 1st and goal. They'll try and run forward with Barkley. And he's going to bull his way into the end zone for a Giants touchdown. Saquon Barkley.
His 5th rushing touchdown now on the year. And the Giants go up by 2 touchdowns.
Extra point try good by Gano. And that'll make the score 14-0. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away.
This fielded right at the goal line. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
They are currently mired in a losing streak. Now they get the short week for the Thursday night game.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
Picked off by Aaron Robinson.
And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line.
Well, CD, when you mentioned earlier about spreading the ball around in this game, I don't think you mentioned the guys in the other uniform. With 4 interceptions here in the first half, and several different guys have picked.
And the Cowboys pressure gets there this time for the sack. They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's 2nd down. Throwing on 2nd and long. Jones steps away. And his throw here's incomplete.
Well, partner, guaranteed they approach this play with the idea of making up ground to make 3rd down manageable. Unfortunately, with that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big 3rd down play in order to pick up the yardage needed.
Forced out to his left.
Open target here, Darius Slayton. And he's going to get this to the 31, but that is still well short of what he needed. So Jones off, Graham Gano on here for the New York Giants field goal.
Gano's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further.
So they get the turnover in plus territory. The drive stalls out, but still able to get 3 out of that.
Yeah, we were able to see an offense and a defense kind of mix and match with each other, didn't we? Both of them trying to make sure that they had the upper hand and the advantage. Offense trying to get to the end zone. Defense, of course, trying to hold them to a field goal attempt. And it wasn't a guaranteed lock 3 from where they started. So, the offense has to be happy to come away with those 3 points.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive.
And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
Always got some breathing room. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. It's another first down as this time they get an even 20. Seemed like a couple sets of eyes were on the quarterback, so he decided, hey, I'm going to hand this off. Got a good gain out of it.
And you need good blocking up front in order to gain yardage. But every one of these RPOs, if you do it right and they look the same, whether it's handed off inside or the quarterback keeps it, that allows you to fool the defense so often. And in this case, fooled them with the inside run.
This a 2nd and 7 from the 37.
Prescott. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. Play fake. Here's Prescott. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
I hate to say it, Charles, but the way that he has played in this first half, you just kind of hold your breath every time he drops back to pass.
Yeah, you might be holding your breath, but those guys on the defensive side of the ball, they've got big smiles on their faces. He's handing out picks like the people just leave the candy out at Halloween and you take what you want. They're having a blast out there playing against him today.
Prescott to Schultz there for the Cowboy first.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
And just shy of the goal line as he's out of bounds right at the 1. 10 more there and another first down. All right, I got to ask you, with these RPOs, essentially the quarterback has 3 options, right? So what's different from that versus the triple option that we see the service academies run at the college level?
As a general rule, the triple option at the college level, most things are called outside of the quarterback faking it to the runner and then keeping it himself and maybe having a trail back. What I mean is, in the NFL, that option to throw the football all comes about organically. It's a natural deal based on reads. In college, if you're going to throw the football off a triple option, you've actually called that play.
And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal.
All of a sudden, those lanes that were there earlier in the drive dry up near the goal line. That's a good job defensively to diagnose the run and stop it for a very short pickup.
Elliott is in. Touchdown, Dallas. Well, CD, there didn't seem to be much resistance there down near the goal line.
Yeah, partner, from what I saw there, not a real good job of matching up defensively because to me, they looked like they were just in their base 3-4 package. You need bigger bodies in there in a goal line type situation. The 3-4, fine between the 20s, but not down here when you're guarding your end zone.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away. And he'll very wisely take a knee here as they'll bring this one out to the 25 on the touchback. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They come off a victory over the weekend, but now the quick turnaround here for this Thursday night game. How does that affect how teams like this approach these short turnarounds?
Well, wins and losses always factor into, how you're getting ready for the next game. But equally as important when you have the short turnaround, what is your injury situation? Are you losing key guys? And if so, how well have the backups prepared for this? Because you don't have much time to get them ready. They have to be ready before this week in order to play well in this game.
A good job defensively to hold that to 4 yards, and now it's 3rd down.
Thinking of this Thanksgiving Day game, Charles, for years we've heard the talk, why don't we open up these Thanksgiving Day games instead of just being Detroit and Dallas every year, give other teams a shot to host? I know you're kind of like me, a bit of a tradition.
And he will go down, a Cowboys sack.
Loss of 10 as multiple defenders get to it.
Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. On 4th down, here's Jamie Gillen on to punt. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Let's take it inside his own 40. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
A strong showing their last time out. They scored the touchdown, but Charles, they look up and they're still down double digits, so you feel like just to keep pace, this drive probably needs to end in the end zone as well.
Yeah, and I think the best move for them is to not worry about how far they are down on the scoreboard, but to just remember the last drive and how it ended. Go ahead and try and repeat that. Then you can look at the scoreboard and see where this game is.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Now Prescott. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure, or do they play coverage on this down?
Throw left side complete. That's Elliott. And boy, he did all he could, but he's going to finally be stopped a couple yards short of the first. So apparently some grabbing there in the middle of the O-line.
I've often wondered why that doesn't happen more often for guys that play center. Having to snap the ball and then trying to get your hands into the proper position, that's difficult to do. He got caught that time.
So following the holding call, what can they do here on 3rd and long? To throw is Prescott. And that will be incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
Prescott to throw on 4th. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Xavier McKinney. And the Giants are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50. I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his 2nd interception. I mean, who would have thought? 5 times.
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ball game, I would have said never, not in a million years. But here we go. From the 45 on 2nd down, Jones. He's got Akins, the tight end. Now the Giants will use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
To throw again on 2nd down. Jones, he's going to be sacked. Back at the 20. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. So on 3rd down, the field goal unit will come out as they'll try to get 3 before half. The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. Gano's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further.
Well, they already had the early lead, and they get the interception, Charles, and now they add 3 more with the field goal.
Yeah, they're in control of how this game is playing out so far. You mentioned the early lead. Now they're expanding on it, getting plays on both sides of the ball. A winning recipe if they can keep this up.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive.
And they'll have time for 1 play. That's it. 3 seconds to go before intermission.
They'll roll him out. Oh, Prescott stripped. And this will be recovered by the offense, but it will be of little importance now as time has expired here in this first half. So we've hit halftime on Turkey Day here in Dallas as we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. Second half ready to get rolling. The Giants with a lead, and they are set to receive this kick. Taking it about the 1. And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive.
And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better, and I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation to pick up those pass rushers, because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
Jones fakes the give to Barkley. He'll buy some time right, and that is incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time.
And here's Gillen on now to punt as he gets this one away.
This is fielded at the 27. It's a 45-yard punt and 8 on the return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And, Charles, they're certainly still right in this game, but they need that offense to wake up and in a hurry.
Yeah, I like the way you put it. They certainly did seem to sleepwalk a bit in the first half. Now that their defense has done its job, it's their turn now to go out and try and get some points. And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority, because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
And the giant rush gets home as down he goes. The sack by Justin Ellis.
What a nice read and play by the defensive tackle. Never bought the play-action fake. Went right for the quarterback and put him on the ground.
They'll need a big play here, will Dak and the Cowboys. After the sack, it's 3rd and long. On play action, Prescott. And a throw there going to be incomplete.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already against, let alone put points up on the board.
Here's Brian Anger now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially, and it'll be Giant football 1st and 10. At their own 31-yard line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you can tend to play the field position game.
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
On 2nd and 7, Jones on the move to his left. Looking left sideline, incomplete.
But that was an interesting look there, because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Now Jones. That'll be taken in there by Kenny Golladay.
And he will have a Giants 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And this is Shepard on the jet sweep. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. Off the bootleg. Jones rolling to his left.
A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
And that's a nice job there because you got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties. And he's able to knock that one away.
They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And some space here. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20.
65 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
So a solid run by Saquon Barkley and another 1st and 10 here. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he will take it on in for a giant touchdown. Saquon Barkley with his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year.
And the Giants take a 3-touchdown lead.
Gano the extra point, and the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
8 yards the tally on that 1st down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Play action now. Prescott. He's got a man. It's his fullback. Room here to run. Now he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a 1st down.
Good catch and excellent creation of a big play downfield. And I can guarantee you this. That's not a play this defense is practiced against in the days leading up to this game.
They'll go with Pollard here on 1st down.
And that one opened up for him well as he'll take this down to the 26-yard line.
That's over 40 yards of movement with those last 2 plays.
That was good, tough running right up the middle. And if the defense can't penetrate and make him slow his pace or change direction, that's often the end result.
Prescott looks to throw on 1st. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by the USC man, Adoree Jackson.
And the Giants are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 7. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
On 2nd and 7, Jones. Open man is Galladay, complete. Now the stiff arm created some space initially, but he's taken down not long after. It'll be a gain of 5, and now 2 yards to go on 3rd down.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the 1st here.
Jones now on 3rd and 2. That's going to be complete to his tight end, Akins.
And he will have a Giants 1st down as this defense unable to hold. It's a 7-yard gain there on 3rd and 2.
On 1st down, Jones. And the Cowboys pressure gets there this time for the sack. He couldn't get rid of it. He takes the sack for a loss of 6 to bring up second down. We're on to the fourth here on Thanksgiving Day. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Off play action. Jones steps away to his left. And that's complete to Shepard. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. It's a gain of 34. The big play has them all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. Jones with a handoff to Barkley. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters. No reason to lighten up now. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
Well, they certainly had success throughout this contest getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another 1st down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Barkley, inside handoff. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down the game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line. They follow up the 1st down 1-yard run with a minimal gain of 2.
Now, that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater. He just made a great play there.
The offense on 3rd down, they've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6. Looking to throw. Jones. And this is Shepard on the catch. And he's going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 24-yard line. 11 more yards there. This methodical drive continues. And looking to put this game on ice in the 4th quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy throwing it, they feel just as confident with him doing that as they would if they tried to run the ball.
And he's got it. Touchdown, Giants. Darius Slayton with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Giants are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this 4th quarter lead. Extra point try good by Gano. And that'll increase their lead to 28. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And you see a lot of frustrated faces as they are inching closer to a 4th straight loss. Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this 2nd half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they've forced in this runaway contest.
Tosses the out route here to Gallup. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 1st down, Prescott. He's going to launch it for Washington. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call.
So roughing the passer penalty and an automatic first down.
And that's the mark of a bad team, partner, because that's an easily preventable penalty, but they just didn't take the proper steps to make it so.
Dak dropping this one off for Zeke. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's second down. And again, it's Prescott. And that throw behind his man, he missed him, incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
On third down, it's Prescott. That one complete, Elliott. And he's got some space here. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. It's a gain of 26 as they pick up the first down in the process. From the red zone now, Prescott. And it's caught. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's first and goal. Now Elliott. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
Second down and goal. Prescott.
And that one off the mark behind him. Incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Third and goal, trying to make that scoreboard at least a little more respectable.
Throwing. Prescott. And down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14. That will bring up fourth down and an 11-yard loss to boot. Desperation time. Prescott on 4th. Looking left side. He's got it. Complete. And now this is going to be close. The defense says they stopped him, and they did. They get the completion but cannot push forward into the end zone, and that will force a turnover on downs. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive.
But they've got to be feeling very comfortable and confident here with this lead in the football here in the fourth quarter, Charles. And I don't think that they need to score again, but it seems like this offense is just getting better as the game goes on. They've scored on their last 2 drives.
It certainly feels like a chance for them to continue to have some fun out there, doesn't it? Game's already decided, as you noted. So they can continue to play loose, break out some other concepts, maybe run a few trick plays, get other people involved. Heck, even go deep on one of these first snaps just because they can.
And he gets it up to the 10-yard line here. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. They'll try and run some clock here with Barkley. And some room. And he loses the football a second time. It's picked up by the Cowboys. And a little careless there, Charles, on that carry.
And it's not just having 2 hands on the ball. It's tucking it away. It's using your body to keep people shielded off. It's so many different things into taking care of it and having ball security. In that case, though, we didn't see it happen.
Prescott now after the fumble recovery. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. It's a gain of 9 yards. And that'll give them a short yardage situation here for second down. Here's Prescott.
Left side to Lamb. And the Cowboys are going to be looking at 1st and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line.
Out of the gun, here's Prescott. Out to his left. And that is caught. Well, they're going to see this one to the end. They get a score, but pretty much an exercise in futility right now. Still down big.
And yeah, that touchdown counts for their team, but I think it counts more for the fantasy guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just something maybe positive to look at on film, but this one's over, let's be honest. And this is going to be intercepted.
It's interesting that when it comes to two-point conversions, even heavy run teams tend to throw the ball in these situations. In this case, this one was intercepted.
Yeah, they weren't fooled. They were ready for the pass, picked it off. And this is going to be covered up by the Giants. Now they're down big here in the 4th. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. They'll go to Barkley again. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. They'll say no gain on the play there. Now it'll be 3rd down. The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in the game. On 3rd down, Barkley. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Here's Jamie Gillen now as he's on to punt for New York. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive.
Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
One last shot now for Prescott. And that will be incomplete, as time has run out on this football game. So a victory here for the men in blue, the New York Giants. And I tell you what, I can't remember a defensive performance as good as this one. They seemingly forced turnover after turnover after turnover every time you turned around.
Yeah, you can just keep going with it, can't you? After turnover, after turnover. As this game unfolded, they were doing all the dictating, right? They told the offense exactly how it was going to go down today. So you saw them deflate with every series, didn't you? Every time they ran onto the field, it was slower and slower to get to the football because they just felt like if we go out there, we're just going to turn it over anyway. So it was really, really a stellar performance.
So for the Giants, the win gets them a step closer to 500 at 5-6.
And they'll get a few extra days to get ready for next week where they take on Washington.
Meanwhile, for the Cowboys, their woes continue as the record falls now to 1-10. And they'll have a chance at redemption next week at home against the Indianapolis Colts.